Hey guys, and welcome to another process video. So if you're new to my channel, I just wanted to let you know what I've been doing for the past couple of videos. So I've been choosing one item from my stash that I either haven't used in quite a while, or I haven't used at all, or it's something that I want to get out of my craft room and in order for me to bring something new in. So this time I have chosen the Stack 8 12x12 paper pad by Die Cuts in a View, and I keep the whole paper pad in this bag with all its scraps and loose pieces and everything. There's also some other scraps, but it's mostly from this pack. So this is from Die Cuts with a View, and I got it from Joann's a couple of years ago. And it was manufactured in 2013, and I think I got it in 2014. So I think it's about time I use up some of it. I've used obviously quite a bit. There was 180 sheets, and maybe there's, I don't know, 60 left, but I also have quite a few scraps. So I want to make a layout just using this paper. Hey guys, and welcome to the Crafty Channel Surf National Scrapbooking Day YouTube hop. So I accidentally erased this first part of the video, so I'm just refilming it. So it's not exactly the same, but I tried to imitate it the best as I could. So I pulled these papers out of the 12x12 paper pad, and I knew I wanted to use this paper here, the craft one, and I knew exactly which photo I wanted to use it with. So I've been hoarding that paper. I've been trying to use it for the past 3 years, and I just never can. So then I'm just going to, that's one of my first thoughts that I had, but I didn't really like it. And then this matting the whole thing on the red, I was the thought that I jump-started my layout. And then I'm just pulling anything else that is brown out of that stack that could match that paper, because it's really hard color for me. I'd never use that color. So there's the photo that I chose, and it's a photo from the late 80s, maybe early 90s. So I knew I wanted a blue color that matched the blue in the clothes in the photo. So I chose this one because it had that blue, it had a darker blue, and it also had the red that matched the red matte. So I gutted the mat. Okay, no, I'll show you in a bit. So yes, I gutted the mat, and then I took the inside and ripped it with my hand. So that's what I'm showing you there. So we get that edge at the bottom, because I also couldn't find my scissors and I was just too lazy to go get my trimmer, but I really like how that ended up looking. So I layered that piece on at the bottom, and then I put the I matted the photo with the blue floral. And then I took some gesso, and I'm just going to take a scrap piece and show you what I did with the gesso. So I used my finger and spread it around just to get a really light coat. And I put too much gesso on this piece, so it's a bit of a darker coat, but in the final layout it's quite a bit lighter. So I used my finger to spread that around. And if you've been watching my videos, you've probably seen me do this before. So yeah, and I think I'm going to do it again later on the actual layout. And then I wanted to imitate that blue just to add a bit more blue to the layout. So I took my samples, which I couldn't find anywhere while I refilmed this, and thought that that blue that I'm going to use matched more, and I'm also going to combine it with some white to get the color a bit more close to the one I'm aiming for. So I'm just adding some blue with my water brush onto the piece of packaging, and then I'm going to add some white onto the brush and onto the packaging to create a lighter color. And then I'm just going to use a packaging technique. I'm so sorry, there's some construction happening really close to my house, and it's been doing that all day, so I'm really sorry if you can hear that. So the paint was too concentrated and it was too dark, so I would use a paintbrush to spread it around. And now I'm just showing you how it looks on the final layout. So I'm really sorry again about both the noise and losing the footage. So here I'm going back to the packaging technique, so you'll see how I did it in the on the normal layout, and I was just putting that little cluster back and forth to see how much, if I wanted any more to peek through, or if I wanted the blue to be more. So I decided that I wanted the whole thing to go a bit higher on both the top and bottom. So I'm just retaking the gesso, and you can see it's a really much lighter coat than what I did before on that scrap piece of paper. And now I'm going to add some more blue to that new gessoed area. And you see how concentrated that is? I don't want it that concentrated. So I take a bunch of water on my water brush and spread it around, and then I even dab it with a paper towel. So back to placing the layers there. And then I really did not know what embellishments to use, but then I remembered I had some craft tags, and I also had craft embellishments with gold foiling from the value kit, the Notes and Things by Becky Higgins, Project Life. So I just going through the whole pack and finding anything that has navy blue or craft. And then I also found that tag from the Basic Gray Hey You collection, and I just have a couple of those left that I'm trying to use up. So I'm trying really hard to use that on this layout, but it's just not going to make it. So I'm placing 2 of those mandalas there at the bottom, and I really like the look of that. But I tried them at the top as well because I'm still trying to incorporate that flag, but I decided I prefer them at the bottom. And then I also added that gold chevron pointing towards my uncle. So that's a picture of my uncle when he was about, I don't know, 7, 8. And he used to stand in that position quite a bit. And now 30 years later, his son does the exact same thing, like to the T. And I just had to scrapbook that. So this is a photo I stole from my grandma's house. So I was going through some photos, and I just took a picture of it with my phone and then printed it. So it's not the original photo. So then I'm still trying to place those flags. Oh my god. And I found that little tab there at the bottom that says the best. And I don't end up using it, but it's going to stay there for quite a long time. And then I went through the Atwell collection because the color scheme is pretty similar. There's blue, red, and like yellow and some green. So I went through that trying to see if there was anything I wanted to add, and I found these sticky notes. So I'm pulling out I'm not just using one, I'm using I think 5 just to make it stand up a little bit more. It's more dimensional. And then I thought I could use some flair, but the flair I have just didn't really work. And then I remembered the wood veneer would match really well with this. So I found these little stars and that really like Polaroid sort of camera that I thought matched perfectly because of how old the photo is. And now I decided I'm just going to glue these down. So I'm taking my ATG and gluing everything down. And I'm really sorry the layout is a bit off camera. Okay, so that's all glued down, and now I'm gonna go back to working on my clusters. And I realized that I glued that down slightly off center, but I tried pulling it up, but it was just not happening. So I'm just living with it. So I'm placing all of my embellishments back. And then I'm taking these sequins, which Laura Rumble had sent me back in December. So I'm going to use these gold sequins just because I find that gold really matches the background. That's just sort of light craft sort of color. So I'm going to add 3 of those gold sequins along with a star next to the photo and at the bottom where those circled die cuts are. And I'm going through my basket of embellishments, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to add. So I pull out that July 4th for a minute, but it's just too themey. And then I pull out that sticker book because there was some gold elements. I pulled out the Tim Holtz Alphas, the family themed chipboard set, these Brads. I'll mention them when we go along. So I saw this little circle in this Brad set from My Mind's Eye Chalkboard Studio 2, I think, and I thought it would look really nice on the layout. So I'm trying it out, and I'm not really liking it, but I'm leaving it there for the time being. So this is the family set from Me and My Big Ideas, and I saw that little red silly there, and I really like how that looked, but now I felt like I needed to add this similar one to the other cluster over there. So I'm switching those out because the beloved one was slightly larger, and I thought that the smaller one looked better in the secondary cluster over there. So I'm trying to label, what am I saying? Stick that down in the right place, and I'm struggling quite a bit, but I think I made it work in the end. And then I'm just putting that brad piece back, and it was just a hassle to rearrange the whole set, but I did it. And then I'm going to get really annoyed because I decided I do want to use it, so I have to pull everything back out. But yeah. So now I'm going to glue all of these down. So my ATG ran out, and I wasn't in the mood to refill it because I've only done that once, and I had to rewatch the tutorial video to make sure I refilled it right. And I didn't want to do this right now because I just wanted to finish this layout. So I'm gluing all the sticky notes to each other so they don't like blow around everywhere and get ripped. And then I'm sticking down that wood veneer, and I'm putting a little gold sequin in the center of it, but I'm not going to glue it down just yet. And then I'm just gluing the wood veneer and the sequin star, and I'm using a Yoo-hoo twist and glue, and it's a really strong liquid adhesive, so the wood veneer sticks on pretty well. And then I'm a bit off frame again. I'm sorry about that. I'm just gluing down those sequins and that wood veneer star on that side of the layout. It's just my desk gets all messy, and I forget that if I move the layout over, it goes out of frame, which is why this happens. But I will move it back into frame, I think, towards the end, and you can also see the pictures at the end. So still gluing things down. So as I said, this is a YouTube pop for National Scrapbooking Day, which is Saturday the 6th of May, and there's a lot of lovely ladies in this hop, so I'll have all the links below, so make sure to check that out. So that's where my ATG run out. As I was saying, we don't really have a theme, we're just making a video, so just check out all the videos, and it's going to be really fun. Okay, so still gluing things down. And I went to get some thickers so to do my title because I hadn't done it yet. So first I got these Amy Tangerine Skip stickers, and they're like sort of a clear sticker from the Stitched collection, and they just didn't really work. So then I took these white thickers. They're the Rockabye thickers from American Crafts, and I didn't think the white would work because it's really bright. So I wasn't sure what title I want to do, so I just did a very original one, like not, and I spelled out the word cute, and I played around quite a bit with where I wanted to go. I'm really sorry about my head there. It's just I was trying to get the letters straight, and that sometimes I have to put my head under the camera in order to do that. So I decided to put them at the bottom cluster down there, and then I decided that I need a little something at the top, so I'm making a third cluster. So that is a label from that IKEA sticker book that you saw previously, and I just had some gold foiling around the side, so I put that down, and then I took that little blue and gold die cut that says best day, and then I wanted a circular element because there's circles everywhere, so I'm taking that brad piece and putting it right there. And then I decided that was too big and the gold wasn't all around, so I'm just cutting another piece because I have 10 of those stickers, and placing it there and gluing everything down. And then so yeah, and now I'm going to pull in the red background, even though I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like it anymore, and that is what happened. So that's going to complete my layout. Off camera later that night, I decided that I wanted to add some more sequins to that top cluster, and I also did my journaling, which I totally forgot to do on camera. So you can see all that in the pictures that are going to be on the screen now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to stop by all the other ladies' wonderful videos. If you like my video and want to get notifications from when I post more, hit subscribe or give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.